here tonight. Mark Abrams here, and here to talk about an amazing show that's taking place Saturday night, July 23rd at the Fillmore in Philadelphia. We have just an outstanding card, one of the best cards in Philadelphia, especially the main event and co-feature fights, and right down the line, hard-hitting promotions on the line. We have the main event fighters, Avery Sparrow, William Foster III, and also one of the featured undercard bout fighters, Nelson Chino Perez and John Carlos Rivera, and also have the man who put this whole thing together, Mr. Manny Rivera of Hard Hitting Emotions. Manny, let's first question I guess is, how were you able to put this tremendous card together?
Me, Mark. Give the glory to God. Without Him, none of this is possible. Just dealing with real fighters. You know what I mean? This 20 plus years I have in this sport of boxing is that you have fighters are working hard, really dedicate themselves, and their goal is they understand that to get to that, they have to fight. They have to, the tough competition. They have to take the tough fights to be able to get to that level. And we have on this card, we have real fighters. We don't have what I call Instagram fighters. We got fighters that are willing to put up or shut up, and and we end up, it's a team effort. I can't do this by myself. Got my great big asset to what we do. He's the one in charge together. And my partner Carlos does all the back end type of stuff. So with that being said, these fighters and their willingness to prove themselves, it is.
Well, we said we've Avery Sparrow. He's kind of going in and out. Maybe Manny could help get Avery on the phone. So let's just start with John Carlos Rivera, 5-1, taking on the undefeated 5-0 Nelson Chino Perez, who's coming in from Massachusetts. Chino, how you doing tonight? Now his volume is going. We had him going good before. We lost. Yeah, now we hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we got you. So to talk about this fight coming up on July 23rd against John Carlos Rivera.
Ready to go and put on the show?
John Carlos fighting at home back in Philadelphia. You got Chino, 5-0 fighter. What are your thoughts on the fight coming up?
I don't got no thought, man. I just I'm glad my team and my promotion got the fight going. I'm just excited to get back in there and put on a show, man.
Chino, you're facing a tough kid in his hometown. What's your thought process about taking a fight like this?
It feels good, like I always been. It doesn't really matter to me.
John Carlos, again, you're fighting an undefeated fighter. You're no stranger to that. I spoke to you last week. You're embracing taking on a tough challenge. Talk about that. The thought process on taking on an undefeated fighter.
I mean, it's just another fight for me, It's just a stepping stone in the way. That's it. I can't wait to get back in there, like I said, and put on a show. I'm just glad to be back.
Nelson, you have John Carlos here. He's a couple inches away from you on the screen, but obviously he's a few hundred miles away from you now. What do you want to say to John Carlos?
I ain't got much to say, man, get there on Friday, Saturday, put on a show for the fans.
John Carlos, same question to you. What do you want to tell Nelson Perez?
Man, I don't got nothing to say. Just I'm ready. I'm ready to put on a show, and I can't wait.
You know, Mark. One
God.
of the things that I've learned in the sport of boxing is that it's very few and in between can get the words out that you hear between two fighters going back and forth in a press conference or stuff like that, and the fight ends up being what the hype or what the talk is about these gentlemen is that they're respectful, they're putting their records on the line, and that usually when you make the fireworks end up happening inside the ring, not outside. They talk with their hands, and you see that in a lot of fighters. And this is what I'm liking. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm liking. And from my experience, I used to go by that hype, but now understanding it for over 20 years, I understand that guys like this, they talk with fans are paying for to watch.
Well, let's get to William Foster III. I don't know, Manny, if you want to try Avery one more time. William Foster III, he's like his opponent when I spoke to Avery, he's a road warrior. He's a guy who he's going on the road. He's been into Philadelphia and did undefeated fighter Donald Smith, who was a highly regarded fighter about a year and a half ago, coming back to Philadelphia. William, coming back to Philadelphia, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's I don't know if they like me writing fighters, but it's all love, I guess. It's what it is. I'm really into Philly once again. Out here, the way good of arena, so that's cool. I guess. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun day.
Avery Sparrow, again, he's a tested guy. He backs down from no challenge. He fought Rolando Romero, just went into the hometown of Matt Conway, was 21-2. Took a belt from him. He kind of has the same mindset as you. Without giving much away, what do you think of Avery Sparrow as a fighter?
I think that he has no ness in his heart and stuff, but because he fought those himself too much, he did lose to what's his name, Abraham Nova and Rowley and stuff. So it fought good competition, but he didn't succeed. It's good, but I don't know. I'm looking for more. I just want to survive more. That's all I want to say.
Man, I have a question for you. Obviously, we mentioned that Avery's fought on premium TV. Williams coming off a win on Showbox. These two guys, this fight should be on a premium network. Talk about being able to put such a high quality fight on it's going to be on an internet pay-per-view, but be able to put a fight like this together, where it could have been on any network out there.
No, absolutely, Mark. Like I said, always, like I always say, that's what hard hitting is known for. Not because this, better than a lot of people. We concentrate on fans what they deserve. Our last card at Live Casino was a card that was action packed from the first fight. The main event was incredible. And that's what we known for. That's what we were. I don't. Hard hitting in itself. We don't put on fights just to say we put on fights. Our name means a lot. Our reputation means a lot. And I got to give the credit to these fighters. I got to give the credit to the people. Fighters. They're fighters that really want to prove themselves. That really want to get to the top. Recognize it's a shame that network television ties themselves with certain promotions. Guys like a car like this, where this definitely box or Showtime fight. This could be a ESPN. These network shows. Our last show was probably better than most of the networks. So it's the same thing here. But kudos to the fighters, because shame on you. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and eventually you're gonna have to knock.
And he makes a great point, Manny. Yeah, Manny, you make a great point. Your last show, we haven't even talked about your co-feature bout, which is yeah, we haven't even talked about the co-feature bout, which is Christian Tapia, world-ranked 130-pounder, taking on another undefeated fighter in Fernando Romero in a bout that on paper it looks like it's going to be explosive. It can't help but being explosive, Manny. We lost Manny for a second. Like I said, I guess we're having some internet issues around the country here. As so you know what? Getting in the ring, I mean, that's the toughest thing out there. But sometimes putting one of these things together, it's getting a little tough. So what we're going to do, maybe later in the week or early next week, we're going to bring William and Avery. Maybe we'll have to get Avery into the studio here or something where we can get you two together. So I know Avery wants to talk to you. You wouldn't mind, I'm sure, saying hello to Avery before you see you guys next week. Next week in Philadelphia. So let me see. I got Manny back. Manny, you want to? I guess we'll wrap this up. Do you want to have just one final word before we? I said while you were gone, maybe we can do something. Get Avery in one of the studios here, and maybe get him and William together either later this week or early next week.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, hopefully we can get them together before then. We know they both have to show up, and they both gonna show out. It's unfortunate I'm on a podcast together to talk a little bit about like I was saying. Once again, I give the credit to these fighters. When we saw Carlos, he told me, Manny, I'm ready. I'm not here to, say I'm a fighter. Challenges. I have no time to waste. I'm doing this my family, and this is my way out. This is my number one and number two, and so he's putting it up. He's being a man of his word, and that's what it takes to get to the top. Avery Sparrow, when we signed Avery Sparrow, we had that talk, and he said, "This looking to give me fights. I fought the top. I want to fight the top, and I'm a different person than those fights. When he fought Rolly, 2-week notice, he really wasn't training. He just took it for the money. He has the support. He has a newborn baby, and he's doing things for difference that really matter. So we're gonna see it on July 23rd. So to these fighters, to William Foster, thank you for accepting the fight. Really appreciate it, and I perform. I can't wait to see what you do in the ring. And the same. I've heard a lot about you. Your manager talks a lot about. I respect him a lot. and over there. They're doing a great job with you guys, and it just, bless you guys. You guys are the same way as I just mentioned with Avery and John Carl, put up or shut up type of guys, and I know that the sky's the limit for you guys, where your guys' concentrations are, because that's what, when you take these type of fights, when you're willing to do that, when you're willing to go into the lines, that one way or another. Sometimes you got to take an L, but it works sometimes. Who's the best example right now of boxing in this is Hasim Rahman Jr. just lost the biggest fight of his life. So sometimes it, God only knows the win, lose. Just keep going with what you're doing, and you'll get to the top.
A quick shout out, William. Maybe the best fighter in the family is watching us. Your brother Charles. People don't know, is undefeated light heavyweight contender. So, one quick question: to perform, you and your brother doing this journey together. You guys are knocking on the door of big opportunities. What's that like?
Yeah, it's hey June, I know you're looking. Yeah, we're hungry, so we just like this. Like it's like from our experiences and our where we want to go. So what we're gonna do is just start down that's in front of us. So that's all we are. Is we want to fight. So we want to just like we want to fight everyone as the best. Yeah, hopefully we can inspire to do the same.
Well, Manny, I guess we'll wrap it up here. Like I said, we're gonna we'll tighten up these little sound issues. We'll get Avery on, and we'll do something either later this week or very early next week to start fight week. And later this week, I guess we'll release the details of the pay-per-view. Correct?
Correct. We'll do that for sure. And I also want to mention, these are obviously the top fights on the card, but we also, if I keep going, actually on the card, they deserves their just Jeremy Cuevas coming back. Happy to have him back. 13, great fighter out of Philadelphia. We have Desmond Lucas coming back at our last card at Live Casino. He's 5-1. We got a sensational fighter out of Puerto Rico with 3 knockouts. We have a packed. I can keep going on and on. We have a packed. The co-main event, Mark. This co-main event we have. This co-main event can be the main event on any ESPN card. That we're talking about now, just like Avery and Foster. 14-0 with 13 knockouts. The number 130 pound, ranked in the top 30 in the world. Another super lightweight. It's unbelievable, when he's fighting another undefeated Mexico 11-0 with 10 knockouts. That's the cold feature of this. It's a shame. I would say it's a shame. Like, you definitely should be ESPN, a show, a big network, the Zone, one of the network. Unfortunately, they're not given the just due. So, Fillmore in Philadelphia on July 23rd, TV quality fights in your backyard.
There you have it. And like I said, when you chimed off for a minute, I mentioned how great the co-feature is. That could stand alone, like you said, with Christian's record. And then you have a kid from Mexico, 11-0, 10 knockouts himself. So it's going to be an explosive night featuring world ranked guys, world class guys, up and coming prospects in probably the best fight city in this country. I want to thank William Foster III, Nelson Chino Perez, John Carlos Rivera, Avery Sparrow. You gotta give Avery an A+ for trying at least. I don't know what happened there. And the man who put it all together, Manny Rivera, will be sending out all kinds of announcements as fight week nears and during fight week. Thank you guys, and we will see you next week in Philadelphia.
Yes, sir.